Wickedness. 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 You need God because the world is wicked. Is wicked. There are so many of you who are several businesses, several professions. And I want to tell you something. Most people in professions like you, they are not doing that business or involved in that profession empty. They have backups. Many of them, you see, in life, nobody wants you to be better than them. Only your parents. But not all parents. A particular boy was going home. So he bought a Jeep in a village before his village so that the father will not see it. So he now removed his suit, his blazers, he wore his shirt, he wore a faded jeans and palm sandals and put traveling bag so that the father will feel he's suffering. As he got to his village, the father said, "How are you, my son?" He said, "Daddy, things are hard though." The father laughed. He said, "My boy, come." The boy came to his room. The father brought out a bale, what they call a basin, from under his bed and stirred the water and said, "Look." The boy saw where he parked his car. He said, "Look at your car." The boy is shocked. He said, "Go and bring it. You have already violated the instruction. Go and bring it." What was the instruction? The father said, nobody must use anything iron. Car, motorbike. You must not own anything iron. It's an instruction. Car or anything. You must not own. There are fathers. You see, those things not true. Every father and mother wants the children to be better than them. There are some fathers that don't want it. They want, even in their old age, a child to come and be eating from him. Am I communicating here? There was a drama one day in church. Normally when I finish wedding, I go home. I don't stay for reception or anything. I just join the people and I leave. One day I was at home. My phone was ringing back to back. And the people that were calling me were leaders in the church. Say, "There is problem. There is problem." I said, "No, wahala. I'm coming." As I came, what was the problem? The boy, what they call groom, that got married, the mother refused to let the girl sit with the boy in the car. The mother sat with the boy and told the girl to sit in front. The girl said she's not sitting in front. She said, "Mommy, today is my wedding. You have been doing this. Even on wedding day." He said, "No, that the girl must sit in front." They told me the matter and I came. I said, "What is going on?" And the lady with her white, this thing that was almost turning red, she was crying with her gown. Even today, even today, even today. And she now narrated what has been happening. She never told the committee everything that's been going on. The mother lives with the boy in the house. Everything. Hold on. So I now said, "Mama, what's the problem?" He said that the girl should sit in front. I said, "Even in front of me? You are saying the girl should?" I said, "Mama, come out." He said, "No, go come out." I said, "Mama, we will carry you. We will carry you." There's a wedding certificate. We have pronounced them husband and wife. We will harvest you. As they were pulling up, Mama, hold it. I was laughing. I called somebody. I said, "Please come and video this thing. I want to watch it and laugh." Mama, hold it. Now my pikio. Now lay a ghetto. Now my pikio. Why did you marry him? That is how wicked the world is. Listen to this. We were in service. You like story? Okay, make I tell you story. The world is wicked. I was ministering, we were in the first auditorium, not where we are now. And I came down. As I was ministering, I put my hand on the lady's head. And I kept preaching back to back. So I knew. I tried to remove it. My hand was there. I tried. It was there. So I turned to her, and the Lord said to me, kill her father. So I told her, I said, I decree that your father goes down. She said, she did like this. I said, God forbid. I felt a little bit embarrassed. So at the end of the service, I was told that that was our first Sunday of coming to church. How do you come to church for the first time and the pastor killed your father? First Sunday, and they killed your father. So she came and narrated your story. This is the story. While she got back home, something happened. The father was involved in a tussle as he was in the vehicle with soldiers who stopped the vehicle on the road. And the soldier was threatening the man. You won't park, you won't park. And they released a bullet. And the thing hit the man. And the man didn't die on the spot. They rushed him in Owan there. They rushed him to the hospital. And the man confessed that he had married the girl in the spirit. That physically nobody can marry her. Now that is a father. Stop being deceived to think that it cannot come from your blood. There are some of you looking at me now. Last year you bought a chicken around February, you raised the chicken in March, you gave light to the chicken, you gave food to the chicken, you gave the chicken water, not because you love the chicken. You were waiting for December so you can eat up the chicken. That is how there are parents that will raise up a child, raise up a son, raise up a daughter, waiting for a particular time for them to strike. But if you are in this crusade this morning, your head is not available. Your head is not available. Wickedness will not see you. Wicked men will not catch up with you. If your amen is louder, take the blessing. Kalabashata. Am I communicating? Let me give you two more, then I'll move on to the next point. There was a young boy who I spoke to by prophecy that his uncle killed his father. And the uncle has collected all the father's land, collected everything that belonged to the father. The uncle took everything, and the boy was suffering. And the boy confirmed it. I said, and your uncle did not just take physical things, he has taken every form of favor from you. The boy got angry. When he got back, he carried the cutlass. I didn't send him that one. I only told him what the Lord said. He carried the cutlass and went to threaten the uncle. And told the uncle, Apostle Suleiman said, that's how he put me in trouble. Apostle Suleiman said, you killed my father. Apostle Suleiman said, I told him in confidence. He narrated it. I was in Sierra Leone preaching when I was told that the man came to the church with police and security that they should arrest me. So all of them came that they were going to arrest me. And I was in Sierra Leone. And I was told that the man wants to arrest me. And everybody was worried. So they called me. I said, is he there now? They said, yes. So I said, give him the phone. And I heard him shout, who is that? I'm not talking to anybody. Where is the pastor? They gave him phone. Say he's on the line. He took phone. Useless man, fake prophet, useless man, useless. He was abusing. I said, calm down. You want to arrest me? Say yes. I said, I was told that you brought about 7 policemen. It's too small. I said, I will be back on Friday. I'll be in church on Sunday. Bring army, bring Red Cross, Boy Scout, Guest Guide, DSS, OPC, EFCC. I said, I'm coming. If you don't arrest me, you'll be in trouble. I said, I'm coming. And he said, no problem. Is it not this your church? You will see what will happen here on Sunday. I said, oh God, no wahala. I'm coming. As soon as he hung up the phone that night, I went on my knees. I said, Father, this man, I carry his intestine. I put it on the spinal cord. I carry his esophagus and put it close to his gullet. Disfigure his system. The Bible says, who is it that saith a thing and it cometh to pass? When the Lord, I prayed all kinds of prayer. I was ready on Sunday. I didn't talk to my security. I didn't see anything. I was ready. I was waiting. Service was ending. I didn't see army. I didn't see Boy Scout. I didn't see Guest Guide. I didn't see brigade. When I was finished, I saw a car with speed. The car is not parked. Boys were jumping out. As they were jumping out, my people were like, what's going on? All of them lay on the ground. Our father is dying, no. Our father is dying, no. He's calling your name. Our father is dying, no. Our father. I said, where is he? He's in the hospital. I said, take me there. We went there. I saw the man, one hand like this. His tongue has twisted. And I sat near him. I said, I'm Apostle Suleiman. He said, you want to arrest me? I beg. I gave him slap. Tower. I said, don't be trying men of God. Confess your wickedness. And the children said, sir, what are you doing? I said, he's healing. I'm praying for him. He's healing. You want to arrest who? You want to arrest who? Don't be doing things like that. And he opened up and began to confess. I said, if he doesn't confess, I can't pray. He did all I said he did. Why am I giving you all this testimony? It is the wickedness of the world. Wickedness of the world. And that is why you need God. Because he alone can contend with the wicked. How do they get people? The Bible says in Jeremiah 5:26, it said they are wicked. They set snares to catch men. They set snares. A native doctor cannot help you get freedom from what another native doctor did. Because, hear me, because when you go into the dimension of wickedness, it's in grades. If you go to a herbalist, somebody will visit a higher one. You go to a witch doctor, somebody will visit a higher one. The only power, Romans 13 verse 1, let all power be subject to the highest power, for there's no other power except that which be of God. Number 2, I need God. Number 2, I need God because he needs me. God needs you. You are a young man, you are a young woman, you are hearing the sound of my voice today. If you can give yourself to God, you'll be shocked what it will make your life. A man called Peter, he toiled all night and he caught nothing. In Luke chapter 5, he toiled all night and caught nothing. From verse 1 to verse 6, the Bible says Peter was frustrated. He was mending his net to give up, and Jesus showed up and made him know that the problem he had was direction. He lacked direction. He said, come to this spot, launch out your net into the deep. This is the spot where you will. This is the spot. Peter's expertise failed him. His experience failed him. His capacity failed him. Everything failed him because he lacked direction. God made his life a place of value, a place of relevance. Peter, that was a frustrated fisherman, became one who was the pillar on which the church was built. God needs you. He picks Esther. Esther was a frustrated orphan girl, and in a strange land she became a queen. If you can give yourself to God, there's no limit to what he will make out of your life. God needs you. A young man called Nehemiah, he was a bartender, but when he gave himself to God, God took care of him, and what took Israel years to build was rebuilt in 52 days. In 52 days he rebuilt the wall because he gave himself to God. You need God. A man called Moses, who was a murderer, he ran and put himself on self-exile. When he gave himself to God from being a murderer, he became a deliverer. A young man called Joseph, who his brother took out and they buried and kept him in the pit. From them excavated him and sold him to Egyptians, Ethiopians and Egyptians, and they sold him to Potiphar. God picked him in a strange land. He became a prime minister. If you can give yourself to God, there is no life God cannot change. There's no life corrupted that can be corrected. There's no life disrupted that can be constructed. There's no one useless that God cannot turn around. He can pick you from a ridicule to become a miracle. He can give your life a meaning. God needs you. If you can surrender yourself to God, he can pick you from a nobody and make you the somebody. Pick you from the back side of the mountain and bring you to the front side of relevance. If you can give yourself to God, he can pick your life and give it a meaning. God needs you. 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 There are so many people today whose life is a mess, and all they are going through is God calling them to himself. Calling them. Calling them. Calling them. Some young girls in America were going for picnic, and their mother said, please, as you are going, 4 of them, He says, you are going, tell God to go with you.
Aircraft will return
And jokingly
to the
they said, Mommy,
10 seconds.
The car is filled up. There's no space for God. The mother said, what did you say? He said, there's no space for God. Mommy, stop this your God thing. The mother gave them a crate of egg. He said, please, on your way, deliver that to my friend. As they were going, they ran on that trailer, had an accident. All of them died. Only the egg, where the eggs were, was preserved. Only where the eggs were, because they told their mother, no space for God, it can stay in the boot. No space for God, it can stay in the boot. There are people today who have come to a point in their life where they think that their money can help them. Sir, you need God. Your beauty can fade. Your education can fade. Your wealth can fade. A man in the army, a general, was brought from Kaduna. And he came lying down on the car. Was dying of AIDS. He couldn't speak. They couldn't carry him to my office. And he needed me to come to the car so he can talk to me. And I went to the car. And he beckoned on me where I was lying down. Couldn't step. The final stage of AIDS. And he whispered to me in my ear. He said, there's something in the boot. Take it. Please heal me. I said, I don't understand. When they opened the boot, it was 20 million naira. 20 million in the boot. Then, not now. 20 million then. This is over 10, 14 years ago. In the boot, a general. In the boot. And I said, why are you showing me what is in the boot? He said, take it. So you can see that he even had the wrong mindset. And I held his hand in the car. The Lord said, no. As he's going back before he gets to Lokoja, he will die. I said, Lord, why? The Lord said, 5 years ago, he knew he had HIV. And he made up his mind to infect at least 100 young girls. And he succeeded in doing it. He said, he's wicked. I will not heal him. I told the wife, I said, your husband will not be healed. Before you get to Lokoja, this is what will happen. Innocent young girls who were looking for money to survive. I'm telling you. I think Ekboma is close here. AAU. Which side? This side? Okay. A Christian sister in AAU. A young girl approached her and said, you can't pay your fees, you can't pay rent, you are doing Jesus girl. She will see them come with money. She will see them come with everything. She will see them come with money. One day she was tempted to follow them. She went there crying. As she got there, a man was in the room with herself and a particular friend. Her friend had slept off. But because that was not her life, she couldn't sleep at night. Her eyes were open. She was just waiting for daybreak to run out of that place. She saw that the man turned and looked at the girl's face. She pretended she was sleeping. The man thought she was sleeping. The man stood up, opened the wardrobe, brought out a calabash, and opened the calabash. A snake raised his head. The man began to talk and talk and talk. She saw the snake crawled out of the calabash, crawled on top of the bed. The man opened her friend's leg. She saw the snake entered. After a while, the snake came out. And the man turned to her. She opened her eyes. He said, I'm not sleeping. Oga, I beg. Oga, I'm not sleeping. I'm not sleeping. The man said, what did you see? He said, nothing, no, nothing. I didn't say, Oga, I beg. The man did all this incantation. The snake entered into that place, covered. The man dropped it. The man went back and lay down. As the man was snoring, she carried her tissue, took off. A friend came back to school. The friend carried money the man gave her and the money for this other girl. He said, you left your money behind. Why did you live like that? The girl said, do you know what happened? I beg, take your money. The girl said, no, I don't want. A friend said, look at you, rubbish. Drop the money. As her friend was taking a bath in the bathroom, blood, Blood. That's how she collapsed. Died in the bathroom. I'm not telling you story I heard. I'm telling you what the girl, because she herself became sick. This thing came out of her mouth. You need God because he needs you. He needs